With one rate, any state at Peru State College. Learn more today.
B103 presents Peru State Football. Brought to you by
Douglas Tire, B. Harzen Agency, Inc., Brent Harzen American Family Agent, Mosher's You Save Pharmacy, Strigo's Southside Body Shop, and Arbor Bank.
Now back to Doc and Daryl on the gridiron for more Peru State football on B103.
Welcome back to the Oak Bowl. Peru State leading at 10-3 at halftime as the shadows start to creep across the south end zone. Just a little bit of color in the east bank here with all of the trees along the east side. Thought for sure last week we might see a little bit more color here. But the Bobcats will get the ball to start this second half. And they are huddling in the north part of the field. So Peru State leading at 10-3 in a score that has to be sending some shockwaves out across the HAC as the Cats came in 0-2 in the HAC, one of three teams in the HAC to not win a game. 10 teams in the conference. So tied for 8th in the conference. Baker undefeated and ranked 2nd in the nation. A lot of football left here as the Cats holding on to a 10-3 lead. Peru State only generated 65 yards of total offense. 65 yards rushing, 65 yards passing, 130 yards of total offense. Baker, 84 yards of total offense, and they kicked that from the 27-yard line. So 73 yards of that 84 yards was on that final drive.
Right. Well, and consider 15 yards of that was right. On a penalty.
Yeah, so only 58 of that 84 would have been on that final drive. So back deep are Malik Pittman and Logan Pabin.
Well, only 58, but that's about two-thirds of it.
Yeah, that's
about two-thirds of their yardage.
Logan Betrell, who nailed the 43-yard field goal, the freshman, that was impressive. The kick he made with 4 seconds left to tie or to bring it to within 10-3. Betrell, as he's approaching the ball, it falls off the tee, and we're going to do it all over again. And if you look now at the flags across the way, wow, they are standing straight out as this wind has really picked up here in the Oak Bowl.
Yeah, and a cold wind. Really cold yesterday, down to a lot of places 33, 34 degrees this morning with a 20-mile-an-hour wind, and starting to feel like fall.
Like to send best wishes out to David Adams, who listens to us every week. David has had some health challenges, had a stroke last fall, but is doing a lot better. Went and visited him after the game last week with my brother Dennis back from California. And Dave said he listens to the broadcast, so we wanted to say hello to David and hope you're listening this afternoon. The Krautners are listening this afternoon from Newport Richey, Florida. They've emailed us. You can email us and get on the air, too. We'll cover that in a little bit. It's a short kick. Looks like Mayo has it at the 25 out to the 30, the 33-yard line. So if you want to be on the air, you email us. Looking for that email. Here it is, Bobcat fans at B103.fm. And our Twitter feed is hashtag B103 Bobcats. So let us know where you're listening from. We'll get you on the air. Bobcats will start the second half, up 10-3, 1st and 10 on their own 33-yard line. They come out in the veer formation. Eric Morrison-Smith, the fullback, gets the handoff, and a big crowd of Wildcats takes him down for another loss.
Eric Morrison-Smith.
And I wish I would have kept track how many losses there were, runs for loss. Now, there's a big scramble, and Baker is saying they had the ball. And they do, Daryl. They called that a fumble. That play was down for quite a while before they even started talking about it. So Baker takes over 1st and 10. What a big turnover on first down.
Baker was given in the stats credit for 7 tackles for losses in the first half today. None of them sacks, just because the only sack they had was negated on an offside penalty.
So what a revolting development that was as Baker gets the fumble on first down. Heller is going to come out at quarterback for Baker. He replaced Mara in about the 4th or 5th drive after the interception by Mara. Heller scrambling, throwing it underneath. He's got a receiver at the 20s to the 14, 15.
And complete to number 34.
And just like that, Baker is in the red zone.
Yeah, Briar Burr was on coverage, but he slipped, fell down, and wasn't able to make a tackle right at the point of the catch.
Taylor Stewart, the big tight end out of Lawrence, Kansas, gets the reception. Baker snaps it quick. Tornadon has it and taken down after no gain. A loss of 2, it looks like. Nice tackle by Jason Park, the freshman from Ridgecrest, California. So Baker in business, and they're right back at the line of scrimmage again, going no huddle here in the second half against the Bobcats. In the pistol is Heller, and he slips to the ground. Park makes sure he's down, and now they're going to call a late hit on Park. And, Daryl, that is a Bush League call, because what happened was Heller slipped, put his hand down, apparently his knee touched, but he got up and started to run again. He was then tackled by Park, and now they're going to call the late hit on Jason Park. If you don't want to get hit, don't get up and run again. So they take this ball all the way from the 27 down to the 14, and it's a first down. If you don't want to get hit, don't get up and run again after you've gone to the ground. There was no way that Jason Park knew that play was dead. First down and 10 for Baker at the 14-yard line. Ball handled to Tornadon. Big hole in the middle. He's inside the 10, down to about the 9-yard line. And a scramble going on there. Briar Burr in on the tackle. They're going to spot it at the 9. It'll be second down up for the Wildcats.
Up until this drive, Tornadon had 11 attempts, only 21 net yards rushing.
Tornadon has it again, cuts it back inside. He's going to be down to about the 7. It's going to be third down and 3. And if you're going to call that, you got to call the bump on Logan Pabin after he made the fair catch and was bumped. That's not called, but they called that, and instead of third and long there, it was a first down for Baker. So both of their drives have been helped by questionable calls. Tornadon taken down at the 6. The other one was a Bobcat player was blocked down, went in and tackled the quarterback at the legs, and then got a personal foul roughing the passer for going in low. Now there's an injured Baker player on the field, and they're going to come out to attend to him. Let's take a 30-second timeout while they attend to the injured Baker player. You'll listen to Bobcat Football on B103 Sports.
One rate, any state. You heard it right. Nebraska's first college, Peru State College, now offers in-state tuition for all students, regardless of where you live. Nebraska, Iowa, Missouri, Kansas. Tuition, fees, room and board is the same no matter what your address is. It's an amazing value, and you'll receive an exceptional education while saving around $20,000 per year compared to other similar colleges. Experience and education at an institution with a 145-year history of academic excellence, and go blue with one rate, any state at Peru State College. Learn more today.
Stay tuned for the Peru State College postgame show after the game on B103.
Welcome back to the Oak Bowl. And the injured player, I believe, for Baker is Justin McCandless. He's 6'3", 299 out of Lawrence, Kansas. And he is still on the field. It will be fourth down and 2 when we resume play. And Baker has all of their offense and special teams folks gathered on the sideline to see whether they're going to take the chip shot field goal or go for it and pin the Bobcats deep, even if they don't make it. So McCandless is being helped off. So the Bobcats send their defense back on the field. Also in for the Bobcats now defensively is Darvell Collins. Darvell was not eligible for the first quarter. He's playing today for the first time. And he is in there. It's going to be fourth down and 2, and Baker is going to go for it on fourth down and 2.
Fourth down and 2 for Baker University.
Ball on the 6-yard line.
And the halftime is over. It's football time.
13:03 opening drive for Baker here in the second half, and they're making sure that McCandless is off the field before they wind the clock. Still waiting. He's cleared the white sideline there, and now they wind the clock. 2 tight ends set. Ball is pitched to Tornadon, and he's going to walk into the end zone. Actually, no, he's pounded by Cody Sullivan, who closed quickly, but it's going to be first down and goal inside the 1. And Daryl, he's just faster than everybody. They pitched it outside, and he just ran there.
It was really impressive how fast Cody Sullivan got over there. It looked like a sure touchdown when he was about the 2-yard line, angling for the pylon, and Cody Sullivan knocked him out of bounds.
Now the big fullback gets it, and he falls into the end zone. So Baker, it takes him 8 plays to go 32 yards with a big assist from the Zebras, and now there's a flag down.
Stebbins goes in for 1 yard out to make it 10-9.
It was Alex Stebbins, 6'1", 248 from Pine Top, Arizona. There was a scuffle after the play, and things are getting rough down there. Baker down 10-0.
Apparently it's on Peru State. Baker's clapping as they leave the field.
Hope they give us a number. We have not been able to hear the numbers on the penalties today. So Alex Stebbins gets the touchdown. .12:47 remaining in the third quarter. Both touchdowns today have been one-yard runs.
It's over play, touchdown. After play's over, personal foul. Offense, personal foul. Defense.
It's the biggest weenie call in football. It's the offsetting personal foul calls. Not impressed with this group of Zebras this afternoon that the Hack sent us to do the game. So Buttrell will attempt the extra point to try to tie this. 12:47 remaining, and the game is now tied 10-10. We'll take a 30-second timeout. You listen to Bobcat Football on B103 Sports.
Ever needed a prescription and wondered how you'd pick it up? Moser's U-Save in Nebraska City and Cody's U-Save in Auburn offer the convenience of drive-through windows and in-town delivery right to your front door. Our pharmacists and staff are proud members of our communities and work hard to offer small-town convenience along with fast, friendly service. Stop in, drive up, or have it delivered. You save time and find convenience with your locally owned U-Save pharmacies, Health Mart pharmacies, caring for you and about you.
Follow B103 on Facebook and Twitter for live scores and more coverage of the Peru State Bobcats.
So Baker makes Peru State pay for the turnover. They go 32 yards in 8 plays. The last one, a 1-yard play. The key play, actually 2 key plays. One of them was the personal foul on Jason Park after the quarterback had gone down to a knee and got up and kept running. Park hit him, and he was called with the personal foul. The second key play was on 4th down and 2 when Cameron Tornaden just took the ball around the outside and outran everybody. So this game is now tied. Peru State had taken the lead at the 2:24 mark and had led up until 12:47, and now Buttrell, the ball falls off the tee. So Peru State now in a ball game. They'd led it 10-0, and Baker has scored the last 2 times they've had the ball, and they've run 22 plays on their last 2 possessions. So the Bobcat defense, who had been so stout, now is struggling to stop this Baker offense. Buttrell will approach the ball, and Malik Pittman and Logan Pavin are out at the 12-yard line. Don't think Buttrell can kick it into this wind. It's a high kick, and it's going to be caught by DeAndre Mayo at the 33. He breaks through out to about the 40-yard line. So Peru State starts on their own 40, and the clock did not run. It's still 12:47 left in the...
and another flag on the field.
There's flags all over the place on this one. Let's sort this one out. And this is huge if it's on the Bobcats because it'll move them back to the 25 instead of at the 40. So... give them credit. They want to get control. There's been a lot of chippiness going on between the 2 teams and some cheap shots. They want to get control of this now. So now they're going to go talk to, here comes the white hat, the referee. Give us the call. Baker University gets the call. That was on Dakshai Kozu, who is a junior from Japan, from Tokyo. Maybe those things are legal in Tokyo. I don't know, but not here. I don't think he was inviting him for sushi after the game. We've been joined now here by Peru native and a broadcaster himself, Bruce Giesecke. Bruce, welcome to the Bobcat Football Network.
Well, thank you very much, Dwight. This is quite a facility you have here.
Bobcats come out in the I formation. Klontz fakes it to the fullback, hands it to Spearman. Spearman inside the 40 as the Bobcats actually start this on the Baker 45-yard line. Gain of about 6 on first down. It'll be 2nd down and 4. Now, Bruce, you like me, grew up playing a little, wasn't touch football, it was tackle football.
It's supposed to be touch.
It's supposed to be touch, and those things degenerated quickly usually. Down here on the old grass field, is this your first look at the new Oak Bowl?
This is. First time inside. I've driven by it a couple times, but yeah, first time inside.
Pretty impressive.
Very nice. Very nice.
2nd down and 4, ball at the 39. In the I formation are the Cats. Under center, Klontz on play action, looking down the field for Floodman. Floodman is pushed out of bounds. Oh, my goodness. Floodman was taken to the ground by the defensive back. I don't know how that's not pass interference, but it's not with this crew. And you got to see A.J. Floodman play at Norris. Bruce, you do broadcasting for the Norris schools, and tell us a little bit about A.J.
Yeah, I've called him both on the football and basketball, and I think most of his, he was a receiver, but most of his success was on the defensive side of the ball for football, and then in basketball he could hit from just about anywhere.
3rd down and 4, 5 seconds on the play clock. Klontz fakes the pitch, and Eric Morrison-Smith can't make the catch. It would have been a first down for the Bobcats, and boy, you have to convert those. It was out in front of him and a little bit low, but boy, you've got to convert those plays if you want to beat a team like Baker. So Cody Sullivan comes in to punt, another Norris product. Of course, we saw Cody's dad was a great player here at Peru State. Scott Sullivan on that national championship team set a school record for interceptions. Cody's been known to throw the ball from that punting position. Short back is Logan Pabin. Sullivan's going to punt this one. It's a high punt, and Tornadin settles under it, lets it bounce at the 5. It bounces sideways at the 6, and that goes going to be down to about the 7-yard line. So the Bobcats pin Baker.
Well, and Sullivan was run into some, too. He needs to learn to act and fall over backwards, maybe.
Now, you said you called an exciting game last night, Bruce. Norris won it on a 49-yard field goal at the end.
That was actually last Friday, but, yeah, Brighton Bell, left-footed kicker, 49-yard field goal as time expired. The big part of that you don't get is 19 seconds left. Norris blocked a field goal, and Blaze Easton ran it back to about the 30, so there are 10 seconds left. Tried a short pass to gain a little yardage, but they didn't need it.
Heller back on play-action pass, dumps it across the middle, and a little bit of a case of stone hands on the case of the tight end. He made the big catch earlier. That was Taylor Stewart, but that one hit him right where you toss him a donut, and he dropped that one to the turf. 2nd down and 10. Ball on they're calling it the 7-yard line. It's between the 6 and the 7. So Peru State needing a stop here. They could get him to punt into the wind, would have pretty good field position. Quarterback now turns, hands the ball underneath to Tornadin, and he's out close to the first down. And we got another quarterback in. It looked like get a number. I thought that was number 13, trying to get a number on the quarterback. Nope, that's 15. That's Heller. Okay, it's 3rd down and about. Oh, they gave him a first down all the way out to the 17-yard line.
But when the linesman first lined up there, it looked like it was going to be about a yard to go.
Well, he went out about the 15-yard line and rolled to 17 or 18, but he got the spot, very generous spot out to the 17-yard line. In the pistol is Heller. Bobcats showing blitz. They run away from it, but Tornadin's taken down for a short gain. It looks like Shane Lloyd coming in from behind again. Nope, that actually was not Shane Lloyd. That was Brian Bell, the freshman from Imperial, Nebraska. And, Bruce, you remember there was an old Peruvian from that went to Imperial, Nebraska, a Peru State football player by the name of Mike Lever. And he's in Imperial. His daughter now plays volleyball for the Bobcats.
I ran into him at a must have been the basketball tournament, alumni basketball tournament once.
Bobcat
funeral director.
Yes, in Imperial, his daughter Shannon plays for the Bobcats, who won in straight sets against Waldorf. Pass is complete out to about the 29-yard line. So Baker, in their last 3 possessions, they only had 1 first down. Going into their last 3 possessions, they have now run 27 plays in their last 3 possessions. So they have solved the mystery of the Bobcat defense. Started at their 7, they're out to the 29-yard line.
Yeah, that was, I believe, first down number 7 now for Baker.
Going to the 10-minute mark in the third quarter. Peru State and Baker knotted at 10. Here's a pass to the near flat, and that's going to be to Jalen Addison all the way out to the 36-yard line. So Baker really mixing it up on offense now, and the Bobcats on their heels a little bit defensively.
Elijah Hawkins, a freshman, on that tackle for the Bobcats.
Bobcats really banged up here this afternoon. 6 starters missing today's game to injury. And they've had Baker backed up most of the game, but it's 10-10 now, and Baker is on the move again. Tornadon has it to the far side. It's going to be short of the first down, but another pretty generous spot. Alan Barnes is at the bottom of the pile, as is Elijah Hawkins.
Also number 50, Alex Wessel.
Alex Wessel's also in on the tackle. Here comes Drager late. They run no huddle, and Tornadon is going to be taken down short of the
bottom of the pile. Who is that?
It's Drager. That was funny. Drager came in at the end. I don't know if you've seen John Drager play or not, Bruce, but he is very quick at that defensive end position. He came from behind to catch Tornadon, who, if you've seen, is just, very, very quick.
Friends in Kansas Wesleyan are 7-7 in the second quarter.
James Lucas, Logan Pavin for the Cats.
So I believe Sims is the punter. He gets the low punt into the wind, and it almost hits a Bobcat who's blocking there. The Cats are going to start out first down and 10 on their own 30. Bruce, talk a little bit about a memory you might have from the Oak Bowl, the old Oak Bowl growing up here.
Well, as you mentioned, we played a lot of football down here, usually from the hash marks to the sideline instead of the whole field. I ran some track meets here. Of course, the track is no longer here.
The old cinder track?
The old cinder track, yeah. And all marching band contests, the parents working, dad parking cars. And
Clontz running option on first down, pitches it late to Trombley. Trombley out across the 30 to about the 33-yard line. It'll be second down and 7. Bruce, one of my memories of the old Oak Bowl growing up here was Friday Night Lights with the Peru Prep Bob Kittens. I don't know if you ever got to any of those games or not.
I don't think I ever did make a Peru Prep game. They really were the Bob Kittens?
They were the Bob Kittens, yes. They were purple and gold and were the Bob Kittens, and they were, the last year they played here was in the fall of '66. So
I would have just moved to Peru from Nebraska City about then.
Second down and 7 for the Bobcats. They're in the I formation, and boy, that's a case. The fullback, if he runs laterally there, I think they get a penalty on Baker. He jumps. Yeah, that's Jake Goebel, a freshman out of Des Moines. And Daryl, I don't think I've seen him in this year.
No, I don't believe so. I don't remember calling his number.
So I think he got nervous. Aaron Smith out this afternoon due to an administrative glitch. So we have Jake Goebel in there now. Eric Morrison Smith starting fullback, and so Goebel gets his name called in a rather ignominious way as he gets a false start penalty. Back to pass is Clontz on play action, looking to the near sideline. It's incomplete, intended for Merrill. It's going to be third down and long. And Bruce, you probably haven't seen the Bobcats this year, but with all the injuries they've had, they don't have a lot of margin for error on the, like that 5-yard penalty. Second down and 7, they can still run the ball. Second down and 12, and now third down and 12. They've struggled throwing the ball this year.
I listened to your pregame on the way up from father-in-law's. We have a reunion tomorrow, and that was quite a bit mentioned. The, third-string quarterback now?
Yes, and now this intended for Trombley falling incomplete on third down. So the Bobcats, with 7:18 remaining in the third quarter, will now go 3 and out for the second time in the second half. The first one was a disaster, the first possession, as they unfortunately had to they turned the ball over on a fumble on Eric Morrison-Smith. And now Cody Sullivan's going to punt it, and Cameron Tornaden, who's one of the top punt returners in the nation, may finally get a chance to return one. Sullivan's punt is going to be fielded by Tornaden at the 35. He's to the 40, the 45, the 50, all the way down to the 48-yard line, and that's what they wanted to avoid. So Baker winning the field position battle going into the wind in the third quarter.
Looks like that wind has been shifting.
Yeah, the flags really do shift, and we assume it probably does on the field. The wind generally is out of the south today, but Baker actually took a timeout at the end of that first half because the wind had shifted on the field goal, and then came back out of the timeout and had a favorable win and then nailed it. So they start this drive on the Peru 49 at the 7:08 mark. Nice play by the Bobcat line. Tornaden doesn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. John Drager, the junior from Syracuse. Actually, he's from Dunbar, but played at Syracuse Dunbar-Avoca.
Syracuse Dunbar-Avoca, yeah.
And those of us who grew up in Peru and played baseball in the old Bi-County League, you don't say somebody's from Syracuse if they're from Dunbar.
That's right.
Second down and 11. The ball is right on the Cats' head, right at midfield. Baker going right to left or south to north here in your third quarter as we sit up here in the press box on the west side of the Oak Bowl. Back to pass is Heller. It's batted up in the air, but they can't come up with it. I believe that was Shane Lloyd, or is that Alan Barnes? Might have been Alan Barnes. Batted up in the air. It's third down and 11, and the Bobcats really need a stop here.
Third down and 11.
Peru State 0-2 in the HAC, 1-3 overall. Going toe-to-toe with the number 2 team in the nation here at homecoming this afternoon as the shadows start to creep onto the west side of the field. No backs, 5 receivers for the Wildcats of Baker. Heller is going to run it and is taken down by Alex Wessels, the senior from Weeping Water. And he has a little greeting for the Baker receiver on his way by. They gave the tackle to Bell, but I could have sworn that was Alex Wessels. They gave the tackle to Brian Bell, the freshman from Imperial. And now Baker will punt it back. Schluka, the freshman from Exeter Milligan, along with Logan Pabin, the junior from Columbus Lakeview, back at the 15-yard line. It's a high, spiraling punt. It's going to bounce at the 9 and go into the end zone, and a nice decoy by Logan Pabin. He stood there and looked like he was going to catch it, didn't call for the fair catch, so they didn't turn and look for the ball. They were getting ready to hammer him. It bounces into the end zone, and Peru State starts on their 20.
Logan Pabin is another name that I have called Columbus Lakeview. I think I did one of their basketball games one time. And, so, yeah, I hear names, I see names. It's like I know some of these people.
Logan Pabin started every game since his freshman year. Eric Morrison-Smith gets it on first down. He's out to the 24. Following the left side of that Bobcat line, it'll be second down and 6. Bruce, when did you start broadcasting? When did you start doing that?
This is actually my 10th year. I started it in Columbus, Columbus Sports Webcast. I did a lot of Columbus High games. My daughter was a cheerleader, so we were going to be at those games anyway. Did some Clarkson, St. Edward, some 8-man football, just to kind of see how it would go. Second down and 6.
I have a question for you there in a minute. Trombley goes into motion. Morrison-Smith hits the fake, and Klontz gets it back to maybe the line of scrimmage. Right short of the 25. It's going to be third down and 5. I remember there was a year when the Clarkson Red Devils came down and played at Johnson Brock in the playoffs when my son was playing. I don't know if you got to do that game or not.
I did. As a matter of fact, you got me hooked up with that scissor lift.
I remember that now. Now that I think about it, I was thinking you were at that when the Red Devils played the Eagles of Johnson Brock in the playoffs. And boy, what do you got to do to get a spot here, Bruce? They spotted that back at the 23. The first line judge on this side came in at the 25.
That's what I was thinking there.
Moved it back to the 23. It's 3rd down and 7. Back in the pistol is Klontz looking downfield for his receiver, and he's going to be out of bounds. Floodman made a nice catch, but it was out of bounds, and so the Bobcats are going to have to punt again, and Klontz got taken down after the play. He's shaky coming over to the sideline, and it's the 3rd consecutive 3-and-out for the Bobcat offense. So outside of the disaster on the fumble on the first down in the second half, it's been all punts by the Bobcats, and Tornado is set up short at the 40. I hope Cody Sullivan can get hold of one of his patented ones and get it over his head here. He is going to drive it back all the way inside the 30 to the 27 is Tornado. Great move. He's to the 40, the 45. And Ben Watkins, actually that was John Frink, is going to be adjusting a certain piece of his equipment that ended up around his ankles after that move by Tornado.
And a nice return out of the
3:57 to go, and boy, you almost want to just punt it to the sideline or something and give yourself an extra defender, because that Cameron Tornado is something else when he gets the ball in his hands.
I thought it was going to clear his head. It was a great punt, good spiral, but he actually ended up running up on it.
3:57 to go, 10-10, and here in the third quarter, Tornado gets the fake handoff and thrown by Heller. Down deep, and great coverage by Logan Pabin, running step for step. And I think that was Shane Lloyd who was putting the pressure up the middle. He had the hand, might have been Drager, had the hand up on Heller. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. And the Bobcats really could use a turnover. They need to get one back. The fumble, just a killer. Peru did get the interception that set him up for the first touchdown. And my stats here, they don't even show a fumble recovery for Baker. Back to pass is Heller on play action and taken down by Elijah Hawkins.
Heller back to pass.
Back at the 40-yard line. Again, a very generous spot on the forward progress.
45, Elijah Hawkins.
He ended up down at the 32-yard line, and I guess they're saying first contact was made at the 40. I didn't realize it was 8 yards that he drove him back before he finally went down. I'm surprised they didn't call a late hit on that since he went 8 yards back.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they're marking it where they are, but they're not blowing the whistle until they're 10 yards farther down.
So 3rd down and about 18 to go for Baker. 4 wide receivers in the pattern, 1 back. Bobcats showing blitz. He's flushed out of the pocket, Heller is, and now looking for a receiver. Throws it deep, and he's got the receiver for all the way down inside the 10. He's going to be close to the touchdown. He's going to be about the 5-yard line or the 2-yard line. Cody Sullivan lost him. I don't know. Cody got faked out on the move to the outside, and we talked earlier, Bruce, the Bobcats will play defense great all day long and then give up a play like that.
You see that, unfortunately, a lot. Too much. And Huskers were pretty good at that for a few years.
So they had them 3rd and 18 and gave up a 58-yard pass on 3rd down.
It kind of reminds you of the West Virginia game. Was that about 5-6 years ago when Nebraska held them just nothing all game long?
So Peru State now, with their backs to the wall, they give it to Tornado, and he's going to be taken down short at about the 2-yard line.
Ball carried by Cameron Tornado.
In on the tackle for Peru that time was Justin Barnes and Elijah Hawkins. And that's a killer because Cody Sullivan, as a senior, has played an awful lot of football here at Peru State. To lose track of the receiver when the quarterback is scrambling, just a killer at that point.
Well, it looked like to me, I thought he was just throwing it away at first because you could tell he was throwing it right down the sideline. I thought he was trying to throw it out of bounds.
2nd down and goal, ball at the 3-yard line. On play action, Heller looking in the end zone. He can't find his receiver. Good coverage by Darvell Collins. It's going to be 3rd down and goal from the 3, and this would be a tremendous boost for the Bobcats if they could stop.
Defense for the Cats. 3rd down and goal from the 3-yard line.
So 3rd down and goal from the 3. Here comes the play. Actually, Heller goes out and gets the play himself, comes back in. 15 seconds as he gets into the huddle. They break the huddle right away. They've got 3 backs in the backfield along with Heller. Heller hands it to the big fullback, and he is going to be taken down short of the end zone. That was Alex Stebbins, who had the 1-yard touchdown earlier. And they are going to take the 3 points and the lead here, as Bottrell will come in with 1:45 to attempt the field goal. So the Bobcats, who had a 10-0 lead, have not scored now since the 8:54 mark of the second quarter after the turnover.
And only 1 first down in the second half. And
Bottrell now. The ball is spotted at the 20, and he's not ready. They're running a fake, actually, and Bottrell is going to get into the end zone on the fake. The Bobcats were not ready, and Bottrell was not ready. It looked like just standing there. So Logan Bottrell gets a 2-yard touchdown run as the Bobcats were sleeping on the special teams.
This afternoon, it is Baker 16, Peru State 10.
Baker gets a lead for the first time this afternoon at the 1:21 mark. And now Bottrell will attempt the extra point. So the Bobcats, we talked about special teams, Daryl. Fall asleep on special teams there, as they were not even down in their stance yet. So Bottrell now will attempt the extra point. The snap's good, the placement's good, the kick is up. And it is good. 1:21 remaining in the third quarter. Baker leads at 17-10. We'll take a 30-second break. This is Bobcat Football on B103 Sports.
It's fall, and what better time to get those last things done on the honey-do list? Burr Farms Machinery rents everything you need to help get them done a little easier, including high-lift equipment, skid steers, trenchers, mini excavators, and acreage equipment with attachments. Rent for a half day, full day, week, or month, and delivery is available. See Burr Farms Machinery west of Dunbar along Highway 2 for all your equipment rental needs.
Your home for today's best country and Peru State athletics. KBIE Auburn, Nebraska City. B103 and B103.FM.
Welcome back to the Oak Bowl. Peru State now trailing 17-10. Peru State, with the wind in the third quarter, has had a total of 13 yards of total offense in the second half. And now they've got to find some offense down a touchdown to Baker.
Field goal, 2 extra points to his credit now.
So Logan Bottrell, I'm guessing, will probably be your special teams player of the week for the Hack this week. Gets a field goal, 2 extra points, and his own touchdown run. Is there anything more fun for a kicker than getting a touchdown on a fake field goal? He's got to be happy. It'll be a short bus ride back to Baldwin City for Logan Bottrell tonight. Deep kick into the wind all the way down to the 5-yard line. Malik Pittman has it to the 10, the 20, and back only to about the 22-yard line. So the wind not really doing much for the Bobcats in this third quarter.
Yeah, with this new rule of the 25, you just don't know whether to go in the end zone or try to run them out. It's kind of taken the return man a little bit out of the game.
By number 38, I believe that's Hayden Jenkins on the tackle.
So the Bobcats, who have gone 3 and out their last 3 possessions and actually fumbled the ball on their other possession.
You see which Bobcats down here on the 35? Do you see?
It's worth $694.
Cannot see who that is.
$694.
One of the players on the kickoff return team down for the Bobcats.
For helping the Football Booster Club sell.
Yeah, let's see who it is. I believe. That's not who you want to see down right now. Briar Burr, who had the interception earlier in the game for the big play. So the Bobcats start out 78 yards from pay dirt. First down and 10, down 17-10 after the fake field goal by Baker.
First and 10 Cats.
Coughlin split to the far side, Wilkerson to the near side. The Bobcats are in the veer. Spearman goes into the motion to the near side. Klontz on play action finds Trombley, and Trombley pounded, but he holds on out at the 35-yard line. Nate Trombley, the sophomore from Lincoln Southeast, just took a shot, gets himself off the field, and DeAndre Mayo comes into the game for Peru State as we go into a minute in the third quarter. 17-10 Baker. Now the Cats are waiting for the play to be called in. Here it comes, 15 seconds. Seven seconds on the play clock. In the veer, Morrison Smith gets the handoff, but Baker not biting on that. No gain. Second down and 10.
Ball carried by Eric Morrison.
Again, talking with Bruce Giesecke in the third quarter here. And Bruce, has it been a while? Do you get back to the Oak Bowl very often or the Bobcat games very often?
No, not at all. It came back here 3-4 years ago for a game, and then this one. So that in 35 years, I guess. But, you know, the nice thing that it's like I never left.
The town that never changes. Back to passes, Klontz. He's got Eric Morrison-Smith, who's got the first down outside the 45 to the 46, and that's a big play for the Bobcats. That is going to end the third quarter. Baker leads Peru State 17-10. We'll be back with the fourth quarter after this timeout. Listen to Bobcat football on B103 Sports.
How many times do your kids ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? No matter what the answer, a college education will likely play a big part. Statistics show that children who grow up with savings accounts are 6 times more likely to attend college. At Arbor Bank, we offer starter savings accounts for kids under the age of 20. Savings accounts are a great way to get them headed down the right path. It's never too early to start saving for the future at Arbor Bank. Arbor Bank, helping you grow. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
You call Winkleman Farm Feed and Seed for their custom feeds known as Feeder's Choice and quality lick tubs at the best price. But did you know they also have you covered for livestock supplies? Yeah, quality fencing, gates, stock tanks, and hay feeders are just some of the items you'll find at Winkleman Farm Feed and Seed. Located just north of Auburn. Contact them for quality and convenience when it comes to farm supply, equipment, and feed. 402-297-1008. That's Winkleman Farm Feed and Seed.
Bobcat football. Today's best country, B103.
Welcome back to the Oak Bowl. First play of the fourth quarter as Peru State trails, and Spearman with the carry doesn't get anything. It's going to be second down and 10.
Number 47, Tucker Pauley.
Tucker Pauley gets the tackle for Baker.
No gain on the play. Second down and 10.
Second down and 10. The Bobcats have faced second and long and third and long quite a bit this afternoon. Only 10 points on the board. Evangel now still 13-6 is the last score on the Hack Twitter feed, trailing Benedictine at half. Back to pass is Klontz. He's got Coughlin, and Coughlin makes the catch short of the first down, but down inside the 50-yard line of Baker.
That's complete to number 87.
And they stole the ball from him, but Coughlin was down.
7-yard line.
It's going to be third down with the ball at the 47, third and about 3.
There was 5 or 6 Baker players trying to bring him to the ground. He's a tough kid.
Well, that reminded me a lot of, I guess, that earlier play when they did call the fumble on Erickson Morrison-Smith when it was that late. Under the 14-minute mark, only 10 seconds left when the play gets into the huddle. They're going to have trouble getting this play off. They're sprinting to the line of scrimmage, only 3 seconds, 2, 1, and now the Bobcats are going to have to burn a timeout. Peru State burns a timeout on third down and 3. We'll take a 30-second with them. You are listening to Bobcat Football on B103 Sports.
You drive a car, you own a home, and you need insurance on both. So why not see if you can save money in the process? I'm Brent Harson of the B. Harson Agency. When you insure both your home and auto with American Family Insurance, you may qualify for a substantial money-saving discount. Interested? Call me, Brent Harson, at the B. Harson Agency today at 402-269-3392.
Download the free B103 app in the iTunes Store or Google Play to listen to live coverage of the Peru State Bobcats.
Welcome back to the Oak Bowl. 13:47 remaining. Talking with Bruce Giesecke. And Bruce, you know, this area, well, the whole campus has changed. I don't know if you've been through any of the buildings on the campus, but the old gym is now the library, which won architectural awards for the redesign. I think something like $55 million has been invested in the buildings on campus. We'll come to you after this play and talk a little bit about some of the investment here in Peru. Klontz in the pistol on third down, hits Coughlin. Coughlin's got the first down to the 43-yard line. I don't know how much you've had a chance to look around at what's gone on up on campus, but just fabulous up there what's happened.
I've heard a lot about it. I really haven't been up there. I have not even been in with Hyper Centers. I never got a chance to go in there either. It's one of the things I think that I'm. This is going to be my last year broadcasting, so I'm hoping to be able to get out and do some more of that stuff. Come down here to games, go to some Wesleyan games.
First down and 10 for the Bobcats. They're at the Wildcat 42-yard line. First down is Eric Morrison-Smith gets nothing. It'll be second down and 10 for the Cats. We're talking about your older brother, Rob. He spent, you said, almost 25 years in the Dodgers organization.
20 years, yeah.
As a trainer. Still in Florida then?
He is still in Florida. Rupert Murdoch bought the team and kind of downsized it. He, unfortunately, was downsized, but he still worked at Dodgertown groundskeeper. So
very cool. Second down and 10, ball at the 42. Klontz on play action, back to pass, finds his receiver, and he drops the ball. Oh, that would have been a great catch by Wilkerson. It was a low pass, and now the Bobcats are going to have third down and 10 at the 42.
Pass intended for number 6, Don Wilkerson, goes incomplete.
Checking in on Twitter this afternoon, Shan O'Neill says she wishes her brother Matt to be playing today. I wish we would see Matt playing today, too. Right. We miss Matt O'Neill from Thousand Oaks, California. Is there a better place for a Bobcat player to be from than Thousand Oaks, California?
That was the deciding factor, the campus of Thousand Oaks.
So third down and 10. 12:42 remaining in the fourth quarter. Cats down a touchdown. Klontz in trouble, steps up in the pocket. He's going to take off now inside the 40 to about the 38. It's going to be fourth down and 7. And the Bobcats are in that in-between land, too far for a field goal. They are going to punt it.
Gain of about 5 on the play.
Cody Sullivan's in, is going to try to pin Baker deep as the Bobcats are going to play field position here. Cameron Tornaden lining up at the 10-yard line.
Stands at his own 10-yard line.
See if Cody Sullivan can pin him deep here. High snap. Cody gets it down. Spun it off to the side, and Tornaden with a fair catch about the 13-yard line.
With the fair catch.
So Baker will start on their own 14, 11:54 remaining.
11:54 to go in the ball game.
Yeah, Peru State will go into this drive with 10 first downs and 183 yards in total offense. Both teams right now at 183 yards total offense, matter of fact.
Baker comes on the field with a touchdown lead. They scored the last 17 points. 11:54 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Peru has not scored since that turnover by Baker in the second quarter at about the 8:40 mark. Back to pass is Heller. A little screen across the middle, actually a little drag play across the middle. It's going to be a gain out to about the 18 or 19-yard line. Dylan Perry with the catch. And Shane Lloyd gets another tackle for the Bobcats this afternoon, but it's a gain of 9. They're going to give him second down and 1 with the ball at the 24-yard line. And, boy, it's a lot easier if you're the offensive coordinator and you're calling second and 1 than you are if you're calling second and 10, as the Cats have been in and longer all afternoon.
Yeah, so many times second and third and long.
Running back, Tornaden has it. He's going to be to the 25. It's going to be a first down before he's shoved back. Only gets a yard, but that's all he needed. So it'll be, actually, that was not Tornaden. That was DeAndre Turner-Foltz.
Out of the 25, they'll spot it.
So they move the chains and the clock keeps running. Elijah Hawkins with another tackle for the Bobcats. Empty backfield, 5 receivers, trips to the far side, 2 to the near side for Baker. Just a quick 3-step drop, and Perry has another almost first down. Let's see if they're going to give it to him. Again, a very generous spot Logan Pabin and Cody Sullivan in on the tackle, and they are going to move the chains.
Yeah, that's about a yard further upfield than I would think when I spotted the fire on the field. But.
So, spreading the Bobcats out, moving the ball downfield with an efficient passing game.
Good spot. 1st and 10 at the 35.
Heller 10 of 20 now. 11 of 21 now. On play action, he's back to pass on 1st down, throws it up in the air, and the receiver has it, but out of bounds. That would have been complete.
But they threw a flag too, Doc.
Could be offensive pass interference. He was pushing off of Cody Sullivan.
That was kind of a wobbly ball. I wonder if that's why it curved to the right. A lot of wobble, not a real good spiral.
Cody Sullivan looked back to find the ball. Now they're calling it uncatchable, the Peru State staff is, which means that they think the penalty's on the Bobcats. A lot of intrigue on this call. So they called pass interference on Peru State. It was a nice push-off.
No foul on the play.
And it's like they say, it's not a push-off if they don't call it.
Yeah.
2nd down and 10, Wildcats.
So Heller goes out. Again, trying to expose the Bobcats, penchant for big plays. They had a crucial one that led to the touchdown, the go-ahead touchdown, the tying touchdown. Now, the running back, no gain on that play. Again, that was Turner Foltz, DeAndre Turner Foltz, and Daryl. There's a pretty big difference. There's quite a drop-off. Turner Foltz is a freshman. There's quite a drop-off when Tornadon leaves the game as far as speed goes at that running back position.
3rd down and 10, Bobcats.
We go under 10 minutes in the 4th quarter. Peru State trailing 17-10. Baker has it 3rd and 10 on their own 35-yard line. Bruce, one of the things we talked about, we missed the big P across on the far side, the big P State that used to be over there.
We used to slide down that all the time. I don't know if we were supposed to. But
it's a quarterback draw, and Heller's going to be taken down well short. The ball's on the ground, and the Bobcats have it. The Bobcats have the fumble recovery. And I believe on the fumble is Darian Richardson, the senior from St. Louis.
2-yard gain and a fumble on the play,
and the Cats get a short field down 7 with 9:34 remaining.
See where they're going to spot it.
Seems to be a little confusion of where to put the football right now.
Ball, they're going to spot it at the 38. Big turnover. So the Bobcats are in business. They better do something on this drive with getting it into the end zone because they had trouble going the long field. Their other touchdown came on a 10-yard or 9-yard touchdown drive after a fumble. Back to passes, Klontz on a short drop. He's going to take off himself, and it's going to be illegal procedure on the Bobcats, and that's unfortunate because Marshall Klontz had a huge gain set up the middle. I don't know who that one was called on. But that was a very tough penalty because Peru State struggles to move the ball the way it is. And Klontz had a huge gain opportunity there. It spread Baker out. Baker was waiting for him to drop back to pass. He took one step back and took off. And it was set up so well. Now Floodman spread to the near side. Split to the far side is Pittman. They're in the veer. Trombley in motion. Back to pass. It's a little swing pass out to Spearman. And Spearman's going to be taken down after almost no gain. And that was a little bit of a tough, because Spearman went way back into the backfield to do a little loop out there. So 2nd down and 14. So again, the Bobcats shoot themselves in the foot with that illegal procedure call. Bruce, no more tennis courts over here to the north side. Just grass on their south side of the end zone.
Yep.
No high jump pit on the north side. Under center in the I formation, Klontz hands it to Trombley, the second back. He's got some running room down inside the 40 to about the 35. And at this point of the game, you got to figure the Bobcats are in 4-down territory now. They're at the 35, 3rd down and 7 to go. Floodman and Spearman come in.
3rd down and 7.
Merrill and Robinson lead the game. And the Wildcats have a new quarterback warming up on the sideline. It's Nick Mara who started the game. I wonder if Heller got hurt on that play. Trombley in motion in the veer. They fake the pitch to him. Back to pass is Klontz. He avoids the first rusher. Now it's thrown into a crowd. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down and 7. So the Bobcats now are looking at either a 52-yard field goal, a punt, or 4th down and 7, and it looks like they're going to punt.
That wind looks like it's shifted again. It was actually, those flags are hanging limp for a little bit.
So the Bobcats have their 4th 3-and-out of the second half, and a crucial time for it as they got the turnover in Baker territory and can't do anything with it. So Sullivan's punt average is going to go down here. He averages 44 yards a punt. He's only at the 35. He's thinking about faking it and running. It's going to bounce inside the 5. And, bad direction on the slap. That thing was going to die there, I think, and Shane Boyd actually slapped it into the end zone.
What did the official say? He said
18, something about 18.
First and 10, Baker at their own 20. Just under 8 minutes to go in the ball game.
I don't know if his helmet came off, if he has to leave for a play, maybe. So Baker with 7:59 left gets the ball back on their own 20-yard line. Darvell Collins has to leave the game, I think, for a play, and the Bobcats are sending out an unfamiliar number to me here. Levi Wasser is going out as a defensive back. He's got his hands in the air like he doesn't know necessarily what the coverage is. 5 receivers in the play, and back to pass is Heller. It's underneath. And nice play by the Bobcats. It's going to be a loss of 1. Looks like Barnes in on the tackle, along with Brian Bell. 2nd down and about 11 to go. At the ball at the 19-yard line. So Wasser gets his one play. Darvell Collins comes back on the field. It'll be 2nd down and 11. Again, 5 receivers set for Baker as they have the wind behind him. Drager's putting some pressure on, but the pass is complete underneath out to the 30, the 35, the 40, the 45. Still on his feet is Perry, all the way down inside Bobcat territory. The Bobcat defender had fallen down there. And the 3rd big play of the game.
Yeah, and Darvell Collins finally got the tackle on that play, but not before they were past midfield.
33-yard throw and catch for Baker, and the Bobcats just struggle keeping teams without popping those big plays. No receivers, no backs, 5 receivers. Heller in trouble. He's back to pass. Going to launch it now, and his receiver, again, nobody was within 10 yards of him, even though the ball, that play had gone about 10 seconds. The closest Bobcat on the play was Justin Barnes, the freshman from Tallahassee. 6:56 now remaining, 2nd down and 10. Baker at the Peru State 48-yard line. Doc Wininger here with Daryl Obermeyer and Bruce Giesecke this afternoon as the Bobcats trailing 17-10 midway through the 4th quarter. This time the pistol formation for Heller as he has Tornaden behind him. Tornaden's got some running room, cuts it back inside, gets about 7 to the 40-yard line.
Carried by Tornaden.
And Darvell Collins comes in to help with the tackle. Looks like Drager was there. Elijah Hawkins, who they're going to give the tackle to. 3rd down and 2, no huddle for Baker. And Tornaden's going to get the handoff again. He's got the first down to about the 36-yard line.
Peru State really held Tornaden in the first half. 11 carries, 21 yards is all by halftime. But he's up to around 60 yards now here in total now for the game. So he's at about 40 here in the second half.
So Baker has definitely been the aggressor in this second half. Not much on first down for Tornaden. We're about ready to go into the 6-minute mark.
Justin Barnes in there.
And a wholesale substitution from Baker. Looks like they're going with their 5 receivers set again.
12 Wildcats.
This is the 40th play of the second half for Baker. And Peru has had 4 3-and-outs, only one drive with a first down in it in the second half. Back to pass. Heller's got all day, and what a hit! Wow! Shane Lloyd just lit up the receiver, Dylan Perry. And Dylan Perry holds on to the ball, I believe, or did he drop that?
They're going to call it incomplete, I believe, Doc.
Wow. Dylan Perry right now saying, somebody answer that phone. It's ringing in his helmet. 3rd down and 12. He caught it. Didn't take quite a step. And Shane Lloyd made maybe the hit of the season for the Bobcats. 3rd down, 12, ball at the 37. In the pistol is Heller. Back to pass. It's a little swing pass to Tornaden, and he is going to maybe go the distance to the 15, down inside the 15 to the 9. Bobcats sold out on the blitz.
All the way down inside
that is the 3rd touchdown-saving tackle Cody Sullivan's had today. We thought it was going to be a score, and 3 of them he stopped from scoring.
So the Bobcats, if they don't get a timeout here, are probably not looking at a happy homecoming. They're down by a touchdown. They have not shown the ability to have any quick strike offense, and they're running out of time. 5:21. On the play action, back to pass is Heller, and he's going to be run out of bounds, taken down there by Ben Watkins for a loss at about the 19-yard line.
Ben Watkins there to run him out of bounds.
So the 9th play of the drive coming up.
2nd down and goal from the 14.
It'll be 2nd down and goal from the 14, and I know Coach Snyder's frustrated, Daryl. He's talked about it every week, but the big plays the Bobcats continue to give up. Tornaden gets it back to the original line of scrimmage.
Tornaden on the carry.
Looks like Bell with the tackle. It's going to be 3rd down and goal with the ball at the 10. And right now, if you're Baker, just set up that chip shot field goal, take it, and go up 10 with under 5 minutes to go. Don't do anything crazy here if you're Baker. Now looking to the sideline is Heller. Plenty of time on the play clock. He gets the snap now, hands it to Tornaden. Tornaden's going to be taken down. No, he's not. 3 Bobcats missed tackles at the 10-yard line. And Tornaden goes in 10 yards. Hawkins, Sullivan, and Watkins all missed tackles on the play. And Baker has just driven a stake through the heart of the Bobcats. 23-10.
Touchdown run.
So Baker outscores Peru State 23-0 so far since Bobcats led 10-0. And Patel will come in and attempt the extra point. Spot's good. The kick is up, and it is good. 4:31 left. Peru State trails at 24-10. We'll be back with more after this timeout. Listen to the Bobcat Football Radio Network on B103 Sports.
How many times are your kids asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? No matter what the answer, a college education will likely play a big part. Statistics show that children who grow up with savings accounts are 6 times more likely to attend college. At Arbor Bank, we offer starter savings accounts for kids under the age of 20. Savings accounts are a great way to get them headed down the right path. It's never too early to start saving for the future at Arbor Bank. Arbor Bank, helping you grow. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Stay tuned for the Peru State College postgame show after the game on B103.
Welcome back to the Oak Bowl. Peru State now down 2 scores with 4:31 left. Baker University comes in here at 4-0, and the Bobcats gave them a scare. Within a touchdown, and the key play of the game, they had them 3rd and long, and a long pass, 58-yard pass completion that just knocked the Bobcats out of it. Baker takes it in. They went 10 plays, 80 yards on that drive, and it's just been hit and miss for the Bobcats. They got the turnover on the fumble, but went 3 and out and had to punt it back. Now here's a kickoff that's going to be fielded by Pabin at the 9. He's to the 15, the 20, 25, out to about the 27-yard line. Fumbles the ball, and Baker gets it back. So Baker has a chance to rub the Bobcats' nose in it a little bit here as the Bobcats fumble the kickoff. Oh, they may have called it down. They did call it down, so Peru State will get the ball back. 4:22 to go.
It's a bit of a mosh pit down there, so it took a long time for that ball to come loose. So I think this is the right call.
First down and 10, the ball on their own 28-yard line for the Bobcats. A lot of young receivers on this team. If they wanted to go to the spread here in a couple of years, they'd have a lot of talent. Floodman, Coughlin, Wilkerson, all freshmen. And Gabe Hoynes, a sophomore, caught that ball going out of bounds.
Oh, and now a flag.
For number 19, Hoynes.
See where the flag...
That had to be a dead ball. That was way after the player was out of bounds.
So it's thrown right on the line of scrimmage.
Somebody said something on the sideline, I'm guessing.
After play's over, unsportsmanlike conduct. Baker faced number 7, 15 yards.
So Baker gets their second unsportsmanlike conduct penalty of the afternoon. That was the quarterback, Nick Mara, that got benched. The unsportsmanlike conduct was on number 7, who was the starting quarterback, who after he threw the interception was taken out of the game.
And they did call, the official said Baker bench, and then number 7. So,
yeah,
I said something over there.
First down and 10 for the Cats out to the 42-yard line, and that pass thrown, that should have been a late hit. The ball rolled over Wilkerson's head, and then the defensive back hit him right in the middle of the back. You know, Daryl, I'm not impressed with Baker University. From a sportsmanship standpoint, obviously, but I'm not impressed with their team. To be the number 2 team in the nation, Peru State had a legitimate chance to beat them here this afternoon. Probably should have if they'd have generated any offense at all. Baker's had to go to a second quarterback. They've been very unimpressive on offense. They're not in the top 20 in any category in offense. I don't think their defense is that overwhelming. I don't see this team making a late run into the season.
No, I don't either. I don't think this is the best team in the conference.
This pass is going to be intercepted by Baker back at the 25-yard line, and he's back to the 50, the 45, taken out of bounds about the 40-yard line. And we get a number on that. The penalty flag down at the 50.
It's intercepted and returned all the way back.
Yeah,
that was Dwayne Sims, the senior.
Hayden Krontner made that tackle for Peru State, Port Richey, Florida.
All the way back at the 50-yard line. And Bruce, I got in trouble a few years ago with our friends from Graceland when I told this story. I said my favorite poster at the Capitol in the staffer's office there was a very dignified emperor penguin. And he said, I used to feel bad because I had no shoes, and then I met a man who had no class. Told that story about Graceland after their multiple unsportsmanlike penalty calls a few years ago and got complaints to the athletic director. So I won't tell that story again.
Well,
so it's on Peru State, the personal foul on the interception return with 3:56 remaining. Baker is going to get the ball at the Peru State 23-yard line.
The one thing, being my own, I'm a one-man staff on my Capital Sports Online. If I did say something like that, and I've crossed the line before, I just have to answer to myself.
So the Bobcats turn it over on the interception. And Baker gets it. They run a reverse. Talk about running somebody's nose in it. Up 2 touchdowns with the ball with less than 4 minutes left, and you run a reverse.
Call it offsides against Peru, I believe is what they're going to call. But
the ball is down to about the 18-yard line on the play. So Drager lined up in the neutral zone. 3:49 to go. The average score has been 42-13 in this series the last 3 years, and so they're going to get it close to that this afternoon if Baker has anything to say about it. First down and 5, ball at the 18-yard line. Tornaden has it, going to be taken down at about the 15, short of the first down.
You know, Doc, a couple of weeks ago you interviewed Chelsea Allgood, and she talked about a clinic coming up here at Peru State this coming Saturday. The deadline is noon on Monday to get a hold of Chelsea if you want your child to be in the clinic for Peru State.
2nd down and 2. Tornaden's going to get it again and taken down for tackle for a loss by Barnes.
Number 95, Alan Barnes.
Alan Barnes gets the tackle in the backfield. He gets a tackle for a loss back at the 18, so it'll be 3rd down and about 5, between 4 and 5 as we go into the 3-minute mark here. Peru State will drop to 1-4 on the season, and not the start that we had anticipated, but a lot of injuries on this Bobcat team. Empty backfield, 5 receivers for the Wildcats. And back to pass. Now it's going to be the quarterback draw, and Heller is going to be taken down short of the 1st down, I believe. Although with the spots we've seen today, I wouldn't swear to anything at this point. Darvell Collins takes him down at the 15. And they will attempt the field goal, which I have no problem with here. Put them up 3 scores.
Right now, the wind will be at their backs again. The wind's northwest at 14 at the Nebraska City Airport, but down here in this hole, it's been a kind of a spiraling wind this afternoon.
Actually, they're not going to go for the field goal. 4th down and 2 with the ball at the 15. Be shocked if it's anybody other than Cameron Tornado here, actually trying to get the Bobcats to jump, which they did, but they didn't snap the ball. So now Baker's going to take a timeout. We'll take it with him. You're listening to Bobcat Football on B103 Sports.
It's time to gear up for fall and save big on a powerful John Deere 6M or 6R Series tractor. Choose any model from 105 to 125 horsepower and get $7,000 off, or get 0% financing for 60 months and $2,000 off. That's big savings on tractors that deliver in a big way. Call or come in today. Offer ends October 31st, 2014. Subject to approved installment credit with John Deere Financial. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Your local John Deere dealer is Stud Height Implement in Syracuse and Auburn.
Stay tuned for the Peru State College postgame show after the game on B103.
4th down and 2, the ball at the 15-yard line for Baker at the Peru State 15 after the interception. So the Bobcats struggling today. 191 total yards, only 89 yards rushing on 31 attempts. And Baker will go for it on 4th down and 2, throwing a pass to the corner of the end zone, and it's going to be intercepted by Darvell Collins. So take that, Baker.
Yeah.
Trying to run it up here on the Cats, throwing it at the end of the game, up 2 touchdowns, and all they did was ruin young Mr. Heller's stats for the afternoon.
Yeah, Darvell Collins, a sophomore, one of the young players, will have a great future here at Peru State from St. Louis, Missouri.
So the Bobcats clear the bench, and I'm looking here. In the game is Jonell Edmonds, a freshman from Palm Beach Garden, Florida. Klontz does come in. They got some young linemen in now. Good-looking specimen, Jonell Edmonds. He's 6'3", 270 as a freshman. I believe Jake Goebel is in as the only running back. Back to pass is Klontz. Finds Pittman at about the 25, and that's where he's going to go down. Thrown to the ground by Andre Jolly. We haven't called that name a whole lot today. Andre Jolly was the defensive player of the year in the HAC 2 years ago, and then was injured and missed all of last season. So we go under 2 minutes. In the pistol is Klontz, back to pass, and it's intercepted. There's a penalty flag on the play. Ball still on the ground. It was intercepted by Mike Stevenson, the senior out of Edmond, Oklahoma. And it's going to be Baker ball.
And Baker got back on it.
Bobcats turned the ball over again.
I don't know what he was doing. He pitched it, and then was fumbling. He just went down.
So the play was ineligible player downfield on the Bobcats.
I don't know that I've seen a game with so many declined penalties as I have today. Both teams are 6 penalties for 54 yards. Peru State almost always has fewer penalties than their opponents, but the big personal foul penalty hurt the Bobcats.
So Baker comes out, 1:31 to go with the ball at the Peru State 34. 1:31 to go. They could just kneel down on it twice and have it over, but that's not Baker's style.
And the play was blown dead.
My guess is there's a penalty flag on the play. My guess, Daryl and Bruce, is that Baker's playing for style points in the national polls, because this has not been an impressive game for Baker today.
Yeah, the more points, unfortunately, margin of victory is key to a lot of people. And
3.7 yards per play isn't going to get Baker a lot of.
Well, no, and they haven't seen Missouri Valley. We've seen Missouri Valley, and unless Baker was playing a very vanilla game or didn't expect much from Peru, I think they'll have trouble. I think Evangel will give him. Of course, Evangel outplayed him and lost to him. There goes Tornaden with a big hole over the left side, and you're taking a real chance here with a guy like Tornaden running him at this point in the game.
Shane Lloyd there on a tackle for the Cats.
Yeah, and Lloyd gets a tackle for the Bobcats. They go no huddle here with 1:15 to go. Wide receiver to the near side, one to the near side, one to the far side for Baker.
Baker still has 2 timeouts left if they take him.
Tornaden with the handoff is going to bounce it outside. He's going to be short of the first down at about the 27 or 28 yard line. They need to get to the 24.
Down on a play by number 54, Nevada Harlan.
And Shane Lloyd is limping off the field. Oh, my goodness.
For Baker University.
Hopefully it's just a cramp at this point in the game, but Eller still in the pistol, still 2 receivers in the game, and Tornaden's still in the game. He pops it to the outside. Cody Sullivan misses him, but gets him out of bounds. But they said his forward progress was stopped, so the clock keeps running.
That might be a break for the Bobcats down at under 20 seconds.
Well, if you're from Baker and you're a backup and you don't play at this point in the game, I hope they have a JV team.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't think they're going to snap it again. They brought folks out on the field, and they're going to let it go. Your final score this afternoon.